know that legendaries are a huge part of the Pokemon series. However, when I was younger, there were many Pokemon that I thought were legendary that turned out not to be. So today, I thought it would be a fun idea to count down the top 10 Pokemon I used to think were legendary. If you also thought some of these Pokemon were legendaries, share in the comment section below. And if there's any Pokemon that you thought were legendary but didn't make my list, go ahead and share that as well. So without further ado, let's get into the top 10 Pokemon I used to think were legendary. At number 10 we have Tropius. I mean, what can you say? It's big, it looks like a dragon, and it doesn't evolve. I remember always thinking that Tropius was like the guardian of the rainforest. And get this, because I didn't know about Rayquaza at the time, I thought Tropius, Groudon, and Kyogre were like a trio. Tropius being like the grass guardian, Kyogre being like the water guardian, and Groudon being the fire guardian? Apparently I wasn't too good at typings back then either. It wasn't until I found multiple Tropiuses in the wild that I knew, yeah, this thing isn't a legendary. At number 9 we have Aerodactyl. When I was younger, I used to think Aerodactyl was a legendary bird, even though he's not even a bird. And like most of the Pokemon on this list, Aerodactyl does not evolve, making it a little less obvious that he's not a legendary. Also, in my playthrough of Red, I chose the Helix fossil, so I had very little knowledge of this Pokemon. Silly me. At number 8 we have Castform. I always thought Castform was the legendary of weather, since it changes form depending upon what weather it's in. Now, we have weather legendaries, but back then, when I thought Castform was a legendary, we didn't. And since you can only receive one in the game, it made a lot of sense that Castform would be a legendary to me. And just look at that cute little face. Does it really look like a legendary? Hey, do you want to hear a joke? Me thinking Togepi was a legendary. Yeah, I thought that in first grade, end of story. At number 6, we have Spiritomb. Spiritomb is another one of those Pokemon that you can only get one of per game. And in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the way you get Spiritomb is quite interesting. In order to get Spiritomb, you must first go to the sunken SS Sand with the odd keystone in your party. Then, you have to find a specific room in the boat. After you find that room, you'll feel like you're being watched, then Spiritomb will appear. I guess the way you summon it just feels so legendary to me. I remember being super excited when I first found Spiritomb. I thought I had found a legendary, but it turns out I was wrong. At number 5 we have a big tie. This is because all these Pokemon basically fall under the same category. These are the mythical Pokemon. This is debatable, but most sources say that mythical Pokemon are their own subcategory of Pokemon. Almost all of these Pokemon are event Pokemon, and that's most likely what causes a Pokemon to be considered mythical. And here's a cool fact. Even though you could catch Deoxys and Oris, he was originally an event Pokemon, just like the other mythical Pokemon. In this event, it took place in Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Emerald, where you'd have to go to an island and hunt down Deoxys. I'm still wondering, why didn't Deoxys get a mythical Pokemon collection in the 20th anniversary? At number 4 we have Relicanth. Relicanth is a rare Pokemon that you need in order to awaken Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. So it turns out he wasn't a legendary. He was only used to awaken legendaries. Design-wise, Relicanth looks like a wise old fish. Kinda like Kyogre, I guess? I just really can't put my finger on why he's not a legendary. At number 3 we have Tapu Koko. I did not realize this till recently, but Tapu Koko, as well as Tapu Bulu, Tapu Lele, and Tapu Fini, are not considered legendary Pokemon. They're actually their own subcategory of Pokemon called Island Deities. The reason I chose Tapu Koko specifically is because he was revealed many months before the other Tapus. meaning I was mistaking him for a legendary for a much longer time than the other three. At number 2, we have Druddigon. What makes Druddigon seem like a legendary? Dragon typing? Check. Looks cool? Check. Doesn't evolve? Check. And that's all I really have to say about this Pokemon. So without further ado, let's get into the number 1 spot. I'm guessing many of you viewers also thought this Pokemon was a legendary at some point in your life. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the number 1 spot. And at number 1, we have Absol. I was convinced for 3 years that this thing was a legendary. Heck, Absol even inspired me to make this video right now. So what makes it seem like a legendary? Well, let's take a look. First, its Pokedex entry. Its Pokedex entry states, Absol has the ability to foretell the coming of natural disasters. It lives in harsh, rugged mountain environments. This Pokemon very rarely ventures down from the mountains. Now, I don't know about you, but the ability to foretell the coming of natural disasters sounds very legendary to me. Also, it lives in rugged mountains, meaning it's hard to find. Next, its appearance. Absol has a big horn on its head, which kind of resembles the mythical creature Pegasus. Not to mention its super edgy hairstyle, and its sharp tail. Also, the fact that it can Mega Evolve into an angel-like Pokemon just makes it seem even more legendary. Plus, like most of the Pokemon on this list, it doesn't evolve. And that will about wrap up today's top 10. Share in the comment section below which Pokemon you used to think were legendary. And feel free to suggest a video to me at SuperTrainerSam@gmail.com. So until the next video, see you later. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you could consider liking and subscribing to my channel, that would be awesome, as we are well on our way to 10 subscribers. Also, if you want to see some epic Pokemon TCG battles, go check out my other channel, SwaggyLucha05. I'm sure you'll have a blast. So until the next video, see you later, and remember to stay awesome.